Cancel your Christmas plans. My manager didn't ask. He demanded it while the entire office watched. We need someone to handle the executive presentation on December 25th, and you're it. I stood there frozen. Christmas Day. The one day I'd promised my daughter I'd finally be home after missing her last 3 birthdays because of work trips. My manager, Kevin, crossed his arms and smirked like he'd just won something. But sir, I submitted my leave request 3 months ago. It was approved. Kevin laughed loud enough for everyone to hear. Approved. Things change. The executives are flying in and someone needs to be here. That someone is you. He leaned closer, lowering his voice just enough. Unless you don't care about your career here. My co-workers looked away. Nobody said anything. Kevin loved these moments, showing everyone who had the power. He'd done this before to others, always picking holidays, always making it personal. I took a slow breath. I'll handle it. Kevin grinned. Smart choice. Oh, and make sure you prepare the full financial breakdown. The executives hate waiting. He walked away, whistling like he'd just saved the company. Christmas morning arrived cold and silent. My daughter's voice still echoed in my head from our phone call the night before. You promised, Mom. I'd heard her trying not to cry before she hung up. I walked into the empty office building, my footsteps echoing through the halls. Kevin was already there, packing near the conference room in his expensive suit, rehearsing his presentation. When he saw me, he snapped his fingers. Coffee, black, 2 sugars. The executives will be here in 20 minutes. I didn't move. Where's the presentation file you mentioned? Kevin's face twitched. What presentation file? The one you said the executives requested, the financial breakdown. He blinked, confused for just a second. Then he recovered with that same arrogant smirk. Just have the reports ready. They'll ask questions, you answer them, I'll do the actual presenting. That's when I understood. There was no special presentation. Kevin had invented the whole emergency just to impress the executives by showing he could make his team work on Christmas. He wanted to look powerful, dedicated, ruthless. The executives arrived exactly on time. 3 of them, dressed casually, looking confused about why they were even here. The lead executive, Mr. Patterson, glanced around the empty office. Kevin, I thought you said this was urgent. Kevin straightened his tie. Yes, sir, I wanted to show you our dedication. We have our top analyst here, ready to present our Q4 numbers even on Christmas Day. Mr. Patterson's expression darkened. We never requested a Christmas meeting. Kevin's smile faltered. But you mentioned wanting a year-end review. In January, Mr. Patterson interrupted sharply. We specifically said January 3rd. He turned to me. Miss, what's your name? Maya Tors, sir. Maya, did you volunteer to work today? I met his eyes. No, sir, my approved Christmas leave was cancelled yesterday. I was told it was mandatory. The room went silent. The other executives exchanged looks. Kevin's face drained of colour. Mr. Patterson stepped closer to Kevin. You forced an employee to abandon Christmas with her family for a meeting that doesn't exist. I thought... You thought you'd impress us by showing how much control you have. Mr. Patterson's voice cut like ice. You thought sacrificing your team's personal time made you look strong. Kevin tried to speak, but nothing came out. Mr. Patterson turned back to me. Maya Tors, that name sounds familiar. He pulled out his phone, scrolled for a moment, then his eyes widened. You're the Maya Tors who submitted the cost-saving proposal last year that saved this company $4.2 million. My heart stopped. I'd submitted that proposal anonymously through the company system. Kevin had never known. Yes, sir, that was me. Kevin grabbed the edge of the table. Wait, what proposal? Mr. Patterson ignored him completely. Maya, why wasn't your name on the recognition list, who received credit for your work? I glanced at Kevin. His face had gone from pale to grey. I don't know, sir. The proposal was submitted through the portal. Mr. Patterson's jaw tightened. He looked at Kevin. You're the department manager. All portal submissions go through you for approval. His voice dropped dangerously low. Did you take credit for her work? Kevin stammered. I may have streamlined the submission process. Yes or no? The silence stretched forever. Finally, Kevin whispered yes. The executives stood simultaneously. Mr. Patterson pulled out his phone again. I'm calling HR and security right now. He looked at me with something like respect. Maya, you're coming with us. We're getting you home to your family, and when we return next week, we'll be discussing your new position. Kevin's voice cracked. New position. Not you, Mr. Patterson said coldly. You're suspended immediately pending termination. Stealing employee work, forcing holiday cancellations, abusing authority. You're done. Security arrived within minutes. Kevin tried to argue, then begged, then finally just stood there as they escorted him out. The executives walked me to the parking lot. Mr. Patterson handed me his card. Take the next 2 weeks off. Paid. When you return, report directly to executive leadership. We need people like you making decisions, not people like him. I drove home, tears running down my face. When I walked through the door, my daughter ran into my arms. You came back. I held her tight. I promised, didn't I? Behind me, my phone buzzed. A text from the executive team. Merry Christmas, Maya. Welcome to senior management.